trading down to less expensive competitors?
We're not, and I'm watching, during a period like this, you want to watch market share very closely, and from what we're seeing, we're gaining share in this period, and I think that speaks to the brand. But we do talk about the more affluent homes that we're in, and again, you pointed it out, we're still small in the grand scheme of things. We're in 9% of the homes that we think we can be in ultimately, so we have a lot of room to go. We don't get overly promotional. We kind of approach this in a very sustainable, kind of steady way. And so we feel like there's lots of opportunity ahead. There'll be obviously ups and downs because of the economy, but overall, we feel like our customer is stable right now from what we can see. And so we'll be watching it closely. If things change, we'll definitely make adjustments in our business. But right now, it appears our customers are pretty stable.
So you're not talking recession or thinking recession internally in terms of meetings and saying, hey guys, we're going to have to be thinking about this?
Yeah, we're watching it very carefully. Obviously, not an economist, so I don't know whether recession or not, but it has slowed down. It slowed down because of that change in June,
right.
But since then it's been stable. So we haven't seen it get worse. We haven't seen it get better. I do expect at some point it'll get better, but I don't know if that's 12 months, 18 months, from now as well.
Patrick, who's your best customer? Is it existing customers like Tim and myself and others who already have done this equipment, or is it the new guy?
So we added 1.4 million new ones in the last 12 months. We're up to over 14 million homes now. And it's remarkably steady in the sense that 40-45% of our sales every year come from our existing customers adding more. And then the rest of it comes from new customers. And the number one way that new customers come into the system is existing customers telling their friends and family. So it's a pretty powerful model in that way, and we've got a good balance between existing and new.
Guilty, I say this all the time, but I'm guilty of, buying gifts, donor gifts for my sister and my dad, who are big customers. Hey Patrick, you're not an economist, you said, but you got to make decisions based on what you think the economy is going to look like. What's headcount looking like in 2023? Have you had to pull back and lay anyone off? Are you planning to lay anyone off?
So we focused on sustainable, profitable growth before it was fashionable. So, we've been profitable for 4 years. We didn't get too, what I say, crazy in terms of hiring. Business period, we're investing in a very different way. So I'd say we're kind of sticking all of that. We're still hiring people. We're looking at expanding into 4 new categories, and so we've been hiring people that help us actually do some things and bring some skills we don't have yet today. So I feel like this is one of those times where there's opportunity for us to emerge from this period even stronger, and that's why we focus on being profitable and being able to control our own destiny.
What does work?
Ability to execute and deliver on the new project.
CEO is incredibly favorite.
Well, it's much more about what you can control and what you can do. So making sure we bring out, I know what you mean, but it's really about our ability to get the new products out, be able to do the things that we need to do because we can't control the economy. We can't control the consumer. All we can do is make sure that we're showing up in the best way possible and adjust accordingly.
So Patrick, think about it in the space.
We're playing in a few different areas of audio today, so about 4 different categories, and we are always balancing, do we do something new to raise the bar in the existing category that we're already playing in, or do we expand into a new one? And so we go through really an assessment of kind of where our capabilities are and the opportunities we see in the market, and then we kind of, follow our instinct, quite frankly, in terms of, okay, we think this is somewhere that our customers will go with us. And so, and our story's really been, software eating audio, so where can we bring our system and our software and do something differentiated in a new space, or in the space we're in, like raise the bar, if you will. So you'll see us at times bring us things that are new, like we did with the Roam, like a portable speaker, and into a new area, or like we've done with Submarine recently, where, okay, we're going to do something different in a space we're already in, and we try then, if we're doing something in the space we're already in, have a good, better, best approach to our portfolio. So we've got products for a variety of price points and customers, and different aesthetic skills as well.
Where's the room left to innovate?
This is the thing that I think companies are always looking at and trying to understand, where to go next. In our world, we really only play in about 20 billion of the audio market today, and our revenue last year was 1.7. So you have a lot of room in the home, but then there's a whole bunch of categories beyond that take us to $96 billion. So we're investing in the categories that we're already in, but we're as well investing in 4 new ones that we think hold a lot of potential as well. So we're excited that we're working on those, and we're looking forward to bringing out,
apart from getting smaller, lasting longer, audio quality getting better, and like to me, as a Sonos customer kind of every occasion right now.
I've heard that for 10 years. And we keep coming up with ones that reach into new customers and new ideas, and that's the fun part of the job, is to come up with these products that then our existing customers rush out and buy.
What's working with our customers?
They're not opening the vault.
Of course not. Our customers will go out and buy, and that would attract new ones, right, as well. So we're always thinking about how are we servicing those existing customers, but at the same time attracting a new set of customers into the products. And so it's just, back to this balance kind of that we're doing from year to year in terms of what products we're going to bring out to customers. All the kind of stuff that everybody knows is happening in tech, to make sure that we can bring out products and experiences that will continue to surprise people.
How do you deal with, okay, wait a minute, 2 questions. Metaverse, do you think about that? Role for you guys?
I think the whole idea of augmented reality, virtual reality, there's definitely something to that, and audio will play a big role.
Right.
So it's definitely something that we think about today. Don't know exactly what it looks like yet, but we're pretty good about partnering with a variety of different companies and trying to figure out our ways into spaces like that. So we're watching it very closely.
All right. And I asked this of a lot of leaders of publicly held companies. Stock's down 42% this year. How do you think about it? What's into the conversations? How does the board kind of approach? Like, how do you think about that? And there's a lot of names that are beaten down.
Oh, yeah,
net
for sure.
it down. What are we talking
70%.
about? 70%
From
this
its
year.
highs, yeah.
So I'm curious. It's got to be something to keep in mind.
Oh, absolutely. It has to be, and I think those that claim that they don't, I don't think are necessarily being genuine, because it is a factor, and
Agreed.
all of our people get compensation through restricted stock units, so that matters. I feel a responsibility to our people and to our investors, and so I think it's important to, in these times, like, really make sure you're telling your story clearly. So when we did our earnings call last night, we disclosed some data points that we hadn't before around registrations, inventory, and as well featured products, even about the number of categories we're going into, that helps people better understand where we're going. So we can always do a better job, I think, of telling our story. And then there are some things that are out of our control in terms of the markets and those kind of things. But fundamentally, I do think you have to be mindful of it, and then you also have to understand you can't control it, but you can control your communications. And then the number one thing you can control is your own execution and the ability to actually deliver, on those things over time and build a real business, right?
30 seconds, Patrick. You're based in Santa Barbara, a very desirable place to live. Not a lot of companies based there. Do you have to overpay to attract talent, or do you underpay because it is such a desirable place to be?
So we, through the pandemic, we've been hiring all over the United States. We pay the same, salary whether you happen to live in City A or City B, as we go through it across the country, because I figured as we try to attract, the group of like amazing talent, a group of diverse talent that we can, why, if you're doing the same job as somebody in City A versus City B, why would you be paid any differently, right?
I think a lot less than City B.
Well, but that doesn't mean you should get paid less for your impact at a company. You're right.
Hallelujah.
I think it should be.
I'm just playing devil's
Right?
advocate.
Yeah, no, I understand, but
I
but
don't know,
I,
it sounds
I
like a personal question.
but I do think people should be paid based on the impact they're having in their organization.
That was the CEO of Sonos, Patrick Spence. And that wraps up the first hour of the weekend edition of Bloomberg Business Week from Bloomberg Radio. I'm Carol Master.
And I'm Tim Curtis. Ahead in our next hour, if you're still hungry after your Thanksgiving feast, world-renowned celebrity chef Emma Lagasse stops by with some culinary tips and a pulse check on the restaurant business.
Can I just say, I love Thanksgiving food the day after. I kind of love it.
That is the best part, Carol.
All those leftovers, man.
Turkey sandwiches,
That for breakfast.
toasted, mayo, salt.
Pie.
Sorry, yeah.
All right, we're also going to check in with Grubhub founder Mike Evans. He shares his story. Yeah, he shares his story of turning a pizza craving into a multi-billion-dollar business. Also, the president and CEO of BET, Scott Mills, on his game-changing deal with Tyler Perry that needed a blessing from Oprah.
This is Bloomberg.
Why do institutional broker-dealers rely on BNY Mellon Pershing for a tailored and proactive experience? Marcus Mattielli, Director of Institutional Solutions, shares how Pershing helps you consider everything.
In this highly competitive environment, BNY Mellon Pershing's Institutional Solutions team wants to know, what are you doing today to position your firm for future growth? Do you have confidence in the stability and the durability of your strategic partners? Can you access their guidance to help you be better, sharper, faster, and more strategic? Whether it's clearing, financing, collateral management, securities lending, or global trade execution, BNY Mellon and Pershing are committed to meeting the evolving needs of institutional firms.
To learn more about the unique and industry-leading services for broker-dealers, visit Pershing.com. Pershing LLC, member FINRA, NYSE, SIPC.
Time for drive time traffic on Bloomberg 1130. Good morning. I'm Peter Van. So we're down this crash in Sanford, westbound Route 80 is Queensway over towards 6 and 52. And a collision in Rockland County on the New York State Freeway southbound over towards exit 10. Across Highland Parkway, if you're northbound, exiting collision with the Cross Next Bridge. Doing better in town, that accident on the FDR Drive northbound 63rd Street. You have a crash on the Bruckner northbound over by East Tremont Avenue. A lot of closures in the city. Going to be very tough sitting around Midtown when the parade gets underway. A lot of closures in place already. Alternate side and legal rules are suspended today. We're at 44 degrees Central Park. Bloomberg forecast. Nice sunny day for the parade today. With a high 50 to 55. Light rain tomorrow near 50. Sunshine back on Saturday. 50 to 55. Could see some showers Sunday and a high near 55. This is Bloomberg 1130. Look at sports.
This afternoon in Dallas, the two teams in second place in the NFC East battle each other. The New York Giants and Dallas Cowboys kick off Thursday afternoon. Giants quarterback Daniel Jones says the stakes couldn't be higher.
The divisional game against a rival and on Thanksgiving. So huge game, huge opportunity for us. And we've got to go out and play our best ball, play as well as we can.
Earlier, Buffalo visits Detroit. Back to Bloomberg Sports, I'm Seth Everett.
From the financial capital of the world, broadcasting across the globe, this is WBBR New York, Bloomberg 1130. Now, a global news update.
The annual Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade is kicked off in New York City this morning, and Scott Pringle is there.
Well, they have lined the barricades here all bundled up, and for some folks, coming to this parade is an annual tradition, but many others, it's a first-time bucket list item.
This is just amazing to be down here, to be with my family, and to do something we've never done before. It really fills your heart.
And Marianne flew in from Dallas to be a balloon handler.
It's on my bucket list. I've always wanted to be in the parade, and this is the best day ever.
We have 16 giant character balloons, Paw Patrol, astronaut Snoopy, and Blue, to name a few. There are 24 floats, hundreds of clowns, and we have marching bands from around the country.
President Biden is again spending Thanksgiving on Massachusetts island of Nantucket at the home of billionaire David Rubenstein. The president landed at Nantucket Memorial Airport Tuesday night along with First Lady Jill Biden and his children, Hunter and Ashley. The Bidens have spent almost every Thanksgiving on Nantucket since 1975, but they don't own a home on the island. Biden family members were photographed downtown yesterday. The so-called triple-demic this holiday, RSV, the flu, and COVID, is already pushing some hospitals to the brink. The U.S. is facing shortages of pediatric beds, medical staff, and now even some medications. Jay Gutierrez with the latest.
In Buffalo, some store shelves normally filled with children's Tylenol are empty. Pharmacists say a spot shortage of the drug in Canada, triggered by mounting cases of RSV, is spilling over the border.
Most of the victims in Tuesday's Walmart shooting in Virginia are being identified. Trey Thomas reports.
On Wednesday, the city of Chesapeake released the names of 5 of the 6 people killed. The ages ranged from 22 to 70. A 16-year-old was also killed, but a name was not released because the person was a minor. Police said the suspect died from what's believed to be a self-inflicted gunshot wound.
I'm Michael Kastner. Before heading out to shop today, you may want to check which stores are open this Thanksgiving and which aren't. Shirley Kessler has a rundown.
In a trend that began during the COVID pandemic, a growing number of stores have chosen to close for Thanksgiving. Labor shortage is one reason. Among them, Macy's, Nordstrom, Kohl's, Target, Walmart, Costco, Winn-Dixie, and Apple, except for the New York flagship store. Stores that are open this Thanksgiving include CVS, Walgreens, Old Navy, Kroger, and